Hi guys, thanks for joining me on my YouTube channel. I have a grand total of 9 followers currently, but my goal this year, or the remainder of 2024, is to try to grow that. So my name is Crystal Archambault / Vanderwerken. My maiden name is Archambault. My married name is Vanderwerken. I'm an artist. And obviously that's not all that I am. I'm also a mother and a wife and a dog mom. And I have recently decided to pursue my passion for art a couple of years ago and have just graduated from a mastery program and have learned how to paint with oils and learned how to draw, which is important as an artist to know how to draw, even though with some of the technologies that are available today, you don't necessarily need to know how to draw, but I think it's very important, as I've learned, that you should be able to draw prior to there's many methods, techniques that you can use, like gridding or projecting, that can help you to not need to draw or have those skills, but I think it's very important to have those skills as well. So anyway, for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for the 9 of you that are following me, hello, I'm Crystal. You've not really seen my face or heard my voice, and I'm happy to start to show you guys a little bit more of who I am, and not just my a time lapse of my paintings and share them on YouTube, as well as all of my other social media platforms. So just to kind of let you know what's going to be happening, this is just an introduction. I will talk more about myself and how I came to be an artist. And then I will let you know what you can expect from my channel in the coming weeks, months. So yeah, so just to get started, my name is Crystal, which I've mentioned a few times now. So, currently I am an artist. My kids have just gone off to school for not their first day. A couple of days were last week, but they were not really a full day. So today's their first full day back to school, and I've decided that this is my first full day back to my studio. I was born and raised in northern British Columbia in a small town called Fort St. John, and when I was about 24 years old, I moved to Calgary, and that's in Alberta, Canada, and pursued my career in oil and gas. I went to SAIT and took petroleum engineering technology, and became an engineering technologist with an operations oil and gas company. And I spent several years in the oil and gas industry, my fidget thing, a little elastic, to keep me from getting too nervous. I spent several years in the oil and gas industry on the technical side and moving into technical sales. And then I eventually actually started my own recruitment agency for a variety of different reasons, which brought me to that path. But I won't get into those, but I had my own recruitment agency for several years, and that allowed me to work from home and take care of my kids as much as I could, as well as work. And so it was quite good, very enjoyable. I went in-house to a couple of oil and gas companies as well, and did human resources with them. And then right before COVID, I relaunched. I ended a contract with an operations oil and gas company, and I decided to relaunch Emergy Personnel, which was my recruitment agency. And I worked quite diligently and hard to get that rolling, and it was going quite well. And then COVID happened, and I pushed hard for the next year or two to continue to grow the business. My nephew decided to join me as he moved to Australia, and he was able to do a lot of online part of the business and did that in the hours that I wasn't working, so it worked out quite nicely. However, COVID just really threw a wrench into things, and after 2 years of that, I wasn't really interested in trying to push that through the gates again and get the ball rolling on the business again. So during that time, actually, I had reignited my passion for painting, which I'd had from a young age. I'll show you some of my paintings on another video, but that I had started out doing in high school, that sort of thing. So it reignited my passion during COVID, and I actually had, this is maybe quite funny, or maybe a lot of you can relate to this. I met with a friend or two online and I had organized some Bob Ross paint nights. So I put the list together of the supplies that we needed, and everybody got themselves organized at home, and then we just met online and painted along to some Bob Ross videos. And luckily you're able to pause those as you need and go back, because they move pretty fast, and it's quite good to go back and be able to redo or take some pauses in order to accomplish what Bob does in such a short amount of time. So anyway, that definitely sparked the joy of painting for me again. And so I did pursue that further. I took another course called Bold School, and that one was actually really cool. I really enjoyed it. There's a lady, Charla, out of Kelowna, who put on this program. I didn't realize she was local, but when I decided to do this program, and I'll show you some of those paintings down the road as well that I produced from then. They were interesting. They were not really my voice. They were definitely, certainly in Charlotte's voice. And the problem that I felt with that program was that more or less I was just copying Charla, and even though I did branch out afterwards and do some of my own pieces that were fully mine and I could sell them, and I thought that they turned out quite well, it still just wasn't my style or my voice. And then I found the Milan Art Mastery program, and decided to close my business down and pursue the Milan Art Mastery program at that time. So what a life-changing thing, the Milan Art Mastery program. It taught me to draw, like I had mentioned, and taught me how to paint in oils, because even though I was doing the Bob Ross painting, I was using acrylic paints. And so I was really intrigued by oil painting, and some of the ladies that I know, or people that I know, artists that I know in my life currently, really mentioned that they prefer to paint with oils as for a variety of different reasons, which intrigued me and made me interested in trying that as well. So eventually moving on to the Milan Art Institute program. What an undertaking. You're meant to do that for 20 hours a week, which there were periods where I was doing it for 30 or 40 hours a week. And then there were periods where I couldn't do it at all because of life things happening, children, school, holidays, summer holidays. So I did start that program probably May or June of 2023. And I was hoping that I would finish it by, just kidding, maybe I won't. Anyway, so I started that in May or June of 2023, hoping that I could be finished by, I was thinking it might take me 2 years to do the program. So I did start the program. I did that up until the summer, so the end of June. And then of course we had summer. I have 2 teenage boys, a dog, a husband. We travel a lot. So I took the summer off and enjoyed life, and started back in September of 2023, so a year ago, and continued to do that. We ended up with a house move, which allowed for me to have a much bigger studio, which I'll give you a future studio tour, just so you know some of the things that will be coming. So yes, I continued to pursue that, and then took a break for Christmas holidays, and then again back to it. Then we had to move. So we bought the house in November, we sold ours in December, and didn't move until February. It's very cold here in the winter, and we had some renovations we wanted to do to this house before we moved in, and we needed to put some of that off due to cold temperatures, because it was a lot of things to do with paint. And even though it's indoor painting, when it's outdoor -30, it actually causes problems for the paint. So apparently. I didn't know all of this. I'm an artist, but this was, you know, kitchen cupboard painting. So reset up my studio and then powered through. I literally put everything that I had into it to try to get through it. The reason why I pushed so hard is because there was going to be an offering for the Milan Institute to have your graduation in Italy with an art retreat associated to that. So I really wanted to push through to get that. However, at the time, my eldest son plays competitive volleyball, and at the time that they released that retreat and graduation session, which would be held, I think it's going to be held the end of September here. Anyway, they released it. There was only limited spots. I was scoring a volleyball game in Edmonton for nationals, and unfortunately I missed it. It sold out before I had any chance to be able to get in there. But nonetheless, I still decided to stay on the same track and continue to try to graduate before, or finish the program before summer, because I knew summer came and then I would have to take another break. So I did finish the program. I believe it was in early July, and I finished the program. I do still have some paintings to complete for the portfolio portion of that, and that's what I'm about to embark on in the next coming weeks, which I will end up showing you some time lapses of those. These paintings, which will be a series, I'm going to be doing two series, a mountain series. Well, it's one series, but they're going to be released kind of at the same time. Mountain series and a storm series. That's if the storm series turns out, because I haven't painted a storm painting yet, and I may not actually enjoy doing those, so I may have to rethink everything. But at this point, I'm doing mountain series. I'm going to finish off the 4 that well, it was 5, but I've completely painted over one of them because I really didn't like it. So I'm going to do my final touches on all of those paintings this week and start up on my next paintings. So that's what's going to be coming for you. I'm also going to be doing a production line. So there's going to be about 10 paintings that are actually quite small, and they are going to be part of a production piece or lesson. So technically, I guess I'm not fully finished the program, although I'm done all the material. I just need to actually finally produce some of those paintings. So the production period is about just learning how, if I became a massively successful artist and I had a studio or a gallery waiting for me to give them 10 or 20 paintings, it teaches me a way to produce paintings a lot faster in that sense, and doing the first step on 10 paintings, for example, and then the second set on those paintings, third step on those paintings, that sort of scenario. So I will show you how that comes to be as well. So what else can I tell you? I think that's kind of it. I didn't really make a plan in terms of this, so I may not even post this. I just wanted to give it a rough go to see what I would come up with, how much I would stumble, how difficult this would be for me to do. But I'm at 14 minutes right now, so I guess I just wanted to outtake by saying that I'm very excited about this next part of my painting process, painting career, as becoming a professional artist. I recently sold 3 paintings at a local art show that I applied to get into and was accepted into. I don't know what the process was. It's the first thing I've ever applied to. So I got in, I sold 3 paintings as a result of that show. I'm very excited about that. And as such, I've not yet tried to sell anything else other than having listed a bunch of paintings on my website, but those are my learning, the lesson paintings that I did. So those are really not my style or my voice at this time, but they are there. So if you are interested in an early piece of mine, then please go to my website, crystalarchambault.com, and have a look, or stay tuned for what's going to be coming, because the plan is to release these paintings or this portfolio in the fall. I may do a show and invite friends and family, and so that they can view them in person. And I will do an early release to anyone who is signed up to my newsletter on my website, so you can get early access to those paintings, and hopefully they're paintings that people want to have early access to. So I'm pretty excited about them. The three that they're right behind my camera right now that I'm looking at, and then there's one large one to my left. I quite like them. I'm really excited about them, and a couple of them are very well known mountainscapes that are local here to Lake Louise and area Moraine Lake. There's another beautiful mountain one that they're a little bit abstract-y. They're not total realism, so abstract realism is what I would call my style. And raw earth tones are the colors that I'm using. So nothing very, very bold, but just some nice raw earth subtle tone colors. And yeah, so that's what you can expect, and I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to hopefully grow my audience and try to help you, maybe a starting artist or somebody who's thinking about starting their art career, try to help you realize that, you know, you can always say you should have started earlier, but you know, you'll never be any younger than you are today, so you need to start. So just get started. Pick a program that you like to help you along, or do some YouTube's tutorials. There's lots of them out there, and enjoy. Pick up a brush, paint. If that's what's calling to you, then I think you should do it, because I've never been happier in my life than I am right now pursuing this passion of mine. The only other thing that I might start to pursue is I might join a choir. I used to really love singing in church growing up, and I love to sing. It really makes me feel wonderful. And so I was thinking about this the other day, and a good friend recommended that maybe I should join a choir, and I thought about that. I looked it up. There's one in a church really close to my house where I live now, and so I might just go join them on Thursday nights if I don't have kids in sports on those nights, which I will. Come on, let's be real. I have 2 teenage boys in sports, so yeah, probably not going to be able to join, but I would like to, and someday I will. But I'll try, if I can, I will do it. Anyway, thanks for coming, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to you following along and adding any comments or questions that you might have, what types of material you might like to see. I will give another tour later on, a little video on my paints and how I organize them, because I actually paint. I really wanted to stop this earlier, 5 minutes, but I keep nattering on, so welcome to my nattery world. I organize my paints in a particular way. I paint with acrylics. I start my paintings with acrylics, and then I finish them with oils. So I can give a little tutorial on how to do that, or how I organize my paints in that way to make that process a lot simpler. And yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna sign off because I feel like I could natter on forever. And welcome. I look forward to sharing more with you guys in the days, weeks, months to come. Thanks for joining me.